Good morning, people. Today we are going to be reviewing this, and this is the Kärcher EcoBooster. Now, I got this from the Karcher website. Make sure, if you do want to get one, make sure you get the correct booster for your pressure washer. So this is for a Karcher K4, but you've got the ones for the K2, K3, K4, K5 and K7. And from the Karcher website right now, you can get this for the price of £30. So let's open this up and let's see what it's like. So opening it up. Nice easy way, nothing else in the box. There's literally only two attachments that come with it. That's just a piece of cardboard, and the instructions are nice and easy. Look at that, it's just one piece of paper. So I'm guessing all we're gonna have to do is connect this together like that, and we are ready to, yeah, rock and roll. I mean, all the instructions really tell you is that when you do disconnect this like that, you should clean this and this before you put it back together, and when you take it apart, as it shows here, don't use it while, if you're pulling the trigger on the gun, don't disconnect it then, and to avoid close contact with the surface. So don't hold it directly there, hold it a little bit further apart. But to connect it together is literally just a push fit, and then there's two connectors here. Squeeze them together, push it down, and then release. Because if you don't push it down, you press these two buttons, you can't get it out. Squeeze, push together, and pull out. So let's go outside and let's see how good this is. So outside now with the K4, you see it on there, it says K4 full control, and then it says K4 here. That's what I mean when I say make sure you get the correct one. But if I've read this box correctly, this says that this, be sure to let me know if I get this wrong as well, this says it has 50% more performance using 50% less water and 50% more energy efficient, I'm going to presume, as in the energy consumption of the pressure washer. So basically this is saying that you get 50% more performance using 50% less water. I mean, I think that's what it means. As I said, if I've got that wrong, be sure to let me know. But we have got it all connected up right now. So if I pull the trigger, this is how it comes out. I got soaking wet there, but it is a really fine mist. I mean, it is only a small slit here. I do need to clean the lens as well. Before I carry on, I know my grass doesn't look great. I did just scarify and top dressed it, that's why it looks all so patchy. But anyway, this is like from above. Let me do that again. So if I pull the trigger, that is what it looks like. It looks quite cool on camera. And then obviously if you're using the other type, this is what this would look like this. And obviously this is adjustable on full power, whereas with this is not adjustable. The spread that you saw is all you get from this pressure washer. I will unclip this, I will see what this looks like when I take this off. And with the booster not connected, still comes out pretty powerful. And if you've watched any of my other pressure washer videos, you will know I do have a method to test how powerful this is, and it's called the how far would a pressure watering can across my grass test. So put the watering can here, because in my eyes this is a absolutely brilliant way to find out. So on full power, holding it right in the middle. So that's how far this goes, so I will mark that out. Quick right there. Bring this back over here. And again, same thing, right in the middle. That didn't go very well. Do that one more time. Just to make sure. So even though it doesn't look it, and this does look considerably more powerful, the EcoBooster does push it further than using it without the wand attachment. But let's see how far it will push it if I use the normal attachment that comes with the Karcher washer. So let me put this up. And how far does this go? That's good, I didn't even touch it. Try that again. So, on the basis of that test, the EcoBooster is slightly more powerful than the attachment that comes with the Karcher one. So good mark for the EcoBooster. So as I said, I did have work done to my grass, so this is all the dirt that's been left over. So this isn't ground in dirt, this is mainly just dried soil and mud, I guess. But if I use this with the normal Kärcher attachment, EcoBooster on, same thing again. Before anyone says anything, I know the drain cover's the wrong way, still can't be bothered to turn it around the right way, so I know, please stop giving me stick about it. Where I've got tiles and obviously I've got the grouting in the middle, I don't want to gun this too hard, but this sprays such a fine mist. I mean, it's quite hard to... Let me fire it on here. Look at the mist that you get. You don't really... This will get something really wet. Now, I know that sounds like a really odd comment, but it puts out such a mist of water that you don't realise how soaking wet, you know. Like, it puts out such a fine mist and it goes really far. Like, that's gone all the way to the end of my garden, the mist of water. So it really does pump out the water quite well. But as I was saying, on these tiles, it's soft enough to put near the grouting. Even though it did pretty well on that watering can test, it's done a pretty good job at cleaning these tiles because it's powerful enough to clean the tiles and not strong enough to damage the grouting. So actually, I think that's done not a bad job. So I've now come outside to my front patio, and as you can see there's a bit of bird poo, and I don't really like pressure washing my front patio because where it's new I don't want to damage it and I don't want to use anything too strong, but this gets that straight off, no problems, and it's not strong enough to damage the bricks or remove the sand. So yeah, I think it's actually pretty good for delicate patio or tile work. Again, got a bigger bird drop in here. Straight off, no problem. And along the same sort of lines, this is my garage door. That is bird poo. So and alright, there is a teeny weeny bit left on there, but this is strong enough to remove the bird poo, but not strong enough to damage the paint. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. So if you've got one of these, you probably also want to use it on your car. And luckily enough, I've got a big dollop of bird droppings right there. So let's see how good it is taking that off. Where this is on the glass, I can hold this quite close to it, but I'm going to see if I can still get it off. So it does get it off the glass by holding it really, really close. Right there, bit of bird poo. Let's see how far away if it will take it off. And yes, it did. Annoyingly, some bird poos are harder than others. You know, if you've cleaned loads of cars, you'll know the same. Sometimes they come off easy, sometimes you need a lot of elbow grease. But this gives it a nice... Using this is all about the angles as well, because if you hold it like that, it struggles to get it off. Hold it like that, it does a much better job. But I tell you what, this is actually pretty good for wheels because, as I keep saying, it's strong enough to get the dirt off, but not strong enough to damage your wheels. I think it's doing quite well with the wheels. So do you know what? I'm actually quite impressed with the Kärcher EcoBooster. I'm not going to bore you watching me clean the car because it will do the job. At the end of the day, you know, it's blasting water onto the car. It will do the job. You clean the car by using your mittens or whatever you're going to use, your sponge, whatever. So it will do the job in cleaning your car. And as you saw with the wheels, it is strong enough to clean it, but not strong enough to damage it. So I think this is a, do you know what, I think it's actually quite a good product, especially for £30 as well. And as I said, I'm using the Kärcher K4. This is an extension cable. It doesn't, well, it says it doesn't kink. It does kink up a little bit, but it's really long. I'll put a link in the description for that because if you have got a Kärcher K4, having a longer lead is a lot more helpful. So I'm just going to do the outside of the car and then I will conclude this video. So then, what are my final thoughts of the Kärcher EcoBooster? Do you know what? I think it's a great bit of kit, especially for £30. I like the fact that I know I've said it probably about 100 times in this video, but it is strong enough to clean it and not strong enough to damage it. So I think that's brilliant. So I would probably say it's especially good at cleaning patios and tiles. It was okay on cleaning the car. You know, as I said, you could use any jet wash to physically clean your car. And as I'm not reviewing the pressure washer, I was reviewing the attachment. I think this is a great bit of kit and I would recommend it, or I'd definitely recommend to give it a try. Just make sure you shop around a bit, because at the moment actually everywhere seems to be on offer. £30 at Karcher, £30 on Amazon, £30 at Toolstation, £30 at Argos. So it seems to be kind of the same ballpark price. So yeah, I'd recommend it. Good little product. So I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.